35 of you watching, so please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Right, first of all, I just want to apologise for my appearance this morning. I have just got out of bed and I am not joking. I've been really unwell this weekend. I've really battled through, and I've had gigs as well. And I literally woke up this morning and I said to Tim, "Oh, what time is it?" And he went 5 to 11. I went, "Oh my God," I said, "I've got coffee morning at 11. I said, "I'm going to have to put it back by half an hour and just get some clothes on." So I just want to apologise. I didn't set my alarm because no way really, like, do I need an alarm for 11 o'clock. But it's, yeah, I've been so unwell. I'm going to tell you all about it. Hang on. Why is my sound coming on? So yeah, I really do want to apologise for that. But it's just so typical because I'm always ill when I'm busy. Well, I'm always busy, you know, being a mum, but it's always the way, isn't it? I did put a poll up at the start of this saying how many of you were subscribed to Tim's channel, which I know you've all come over from Tim's channel, but it was just, Tim was just saying, just ask, I'm just intrigued, you know. And I said, all right then. So I put the poll up, and 94% of you are, and the 6% aren't. I can't believe the 6% that are not subscribed to Tim and just subscribed to me. I feel proper honoured, so thanks. Oh my God, I've just seen myself live. I haven't straightened my hair or anything. I look a right mess and I've got no makeup on. I just look awful. So please, please, please forgive my appearance. I didn't want to keep you waiting any longer, and I just thought I'm just going to crack on with it. It's not like you haven't seen me in this state before anyway, so here we are. I'm going to do some shout outs, and then I'm going to tell you what's been going down this weekend basically. So I'm going to start now. So we've got Michelle Butterworth here, we've got Mouse Charger, we've got Michael John Dennis, we've got Monica Hatch, Jeffrey Morris, Eugene McGeever, Victoria Scott, Anna Tidmarch, Stuart Bauber, Julie McGarty, Steve Starbuck, nice hairdo, thanks Dad. Jules C, Ben McSporran is here as well. We've got Mark Wigan, Funky82, Barry Coppock, C Kitch, Rosie Lee, Julie JN3, James Robinson, which reminds me, a big thank you to all the mods that have given up their time this morning to come and help out. Thank you very much. Amanda Beach, Tina, Julie McGarty, Wendy Kopka, Louise Horan, Martin Jennings, we've got Chris, we've got Craig Cargill, who's been a channel member for 12 months. Oh my God, Craig, wow, where's that year gone? A whole year with Gabby. Oh my God, can you believe it? Oh, that's good support. Thanks, Craig. Thank you so much. Andy Mullaney, Tarot Dreamer, Hazel Manship is here, Eating Healthy, Belvedere, did I say Tarot Dreamer? I did, didn't I? Anne Tillett, Michael John Dennis, Nathan Booth, Roshnil Cahool, Eating Healthy, Stez Trez, Lee Davis is here, Yo Lee, we've got Christine Parsons as well, we've got Penny. Have I covered everybody? Anybody else want to shout out? Let me know now. Paul Travis. Why did I say Spall? I didn't mean to say Spall. It's because I saw someone with an S in their name above you. Chris King, Heritage Railways. Good morning, Gabby. Good morning to you. Steams is here. Lorraine Hatcher is here. Rosie Lee. I've said hi to Rosie, I think. I'm sure I have. Jason M. Green Kid Dog. Pippa Phillips. Blue Fox 1884. Karina has just become a super louder. Hey, welcome on board. Nice one. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Funky82 has been a channel member for 10 months and says, wow, a member for 10 months. Thanks, Gabby. No, thank you. Thank you for the support. John Norris, Helen Bosworth, Joanne J is here. We've got Tanya, we've got Andrew, Miles of Memories, Sarah Colley, Jacko is here. Michael Bethwaite, Anna Tidmarch has been a channel member for 10 months as a super ladder and says, please shout out to my son George, who's also watching this morning. I wondered if George might be tuning in because the schools are not, you know, kids aren't at school, so I did wonder. So don't worry, I'll keep it all very clean today. I do anyway, really. You won't catch me naked in the shower today. I'm just joking there, I'm just joking. I'm going to bring that up in a bit, actually. Julie Falger is here. Rebecca J, Jester DJC, we've got Chris, Scottish S15, Jill C, Martin Jennings, I think I said Martin Jennings, Lynn Davis, and I think we caught up, everyone. Lynn Davis says 1 year and 2 months and 6 days. Oh my God. Does it actually say right down to the T? That's insane. Thank you so much, Lynn, though, for your appreciation, for your support. See, I told you I was all over the place this morning. We've got Barry Grice as well. And Barry says, morning, Gabby, watching from Seaburn, Sunderland. Oh, well, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. B and Tom's Super Rockin' Sports Society. Craig, thank you so much for your super chat. Let me just give that a heart. Thank you so much. Happy Easter, Gabby. Are you playing on an April Fool's on Tim today? Oh my God, I didn't really think about April Fools, to be honest with you. Oh my God, don't any of you play April Fools on me and all just leave in a minute and just pretend that you're here just for the bants. So we got 215 people watching this morning, so please hit the thumbs up. Oh, hello to Hannah G as well and Carly Thomas. Oh, you're all coming at me. There's loads. Victoria Scott. I've said Victoria Scott. Judy says, love your top, Gabby. Tim actually bought me this for my birthday. It's actually from Next. And he said to me, you can take it back if you don't like it. And I was like, no, it's all right. I mean, it wasn't like, I wouldn't probably go into the shop and go, yeah, I love that top. But actually, it's all right. It's growing on me, you know, when I'm wearing it. It's nice. Lynn Davis, thank you so much for your super chat. I really, really appreciate that. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a like as well. So thank you so, so much. Guys, yeah, I really, really appreciate your support. Mark Wigan has just become a louder as well. So, wow, thank you for coming on board. If any of you are wondering what a louder is, well, you're all louders anyway, really. But to become like a channel member, it's the price of a cup of coffee, and for that you get prioritized responses, customized emojis, and you get like a little badge next to your name which changes color for every month that you become a louder. So it just is a good way to support the channel. And super louders do get all of what I just said, but super louders also get behind the scenes footage as well. So which they probably are really, really sick of becoming super louders, because all I do is go on there and have a good old rant about the world. so I don't know, they must be like, oh God, what's she ranting about today? But yeah, that's what super louders get. Karen, thank you so much for your first super sticker. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Karen, and welcome to the channel. Thank you for coming on over. Hilda says, hi Gabby, Hilda from Etchworth, doing an Easter hunt for my granddaughter Sydney today. Happy Easter to you all. Oh, happy Easter to you, Hilda, as well. Thank you so much for coming over, and I hope that the Easter hunt goes well. I really wanted to do an Easter hunt for Casper, but I just, like, we haven't really got much of a garden to do an Easter hunt in, and I don't think that at this age he would kind of really understand what it's all really about and that. So we just sort of, and I was so unwell yesterday, it was unreal. But I'm gonna tell you about it. Victoria, thank you. You are amazing. Thank you, Victoria. How come it won't let me give that a heart though? I don't know why, because sometimes I'm going to heart the super chats, but this has come up in orange and I haven't seen the option for heart, unless it's just camouflage. I don't know. Victoria, thank you so much. Like, really, really appreciate that. That is really, really generous of you. Thank you. Wow, thank you. And I love the sticker that says you're amazing. I needed to hear that today. Thank you. So Eugene says, I went out for dinner yesterday for Easter, Gabby. That's what it's all about, Eugene. I hope you enjoyed it. Mass Charger says, how have you been unwell? Are you feeling any better today? Not overly, no. It's it was so weird. Like, Easter for me is a really, it's always overshadowed, my Easter, by work, because working on the East Coast, when you've always worked at holiday parks or in the entertainment industry, you are saturated with work, right? So it's always been work. I've never really done much for Easter at all because I've always had to work it. And I've got 3 gigs this weekend. I had one which was fairly local, one which was in Kings Lynn. So I had one Friday, one Saturday, and I've got one tonight as well. So I'm not finished yet. I'm still in the flow. Hang on. Ellen C, thank you so much for your super chat. I'm planning a trip to Norfolk from USA in 2025. Love you and Tim. Oh my God. Wow. So you're coming to Norfolk, like, here from the USA. Like, you're coming over from the USA and all the places you can go in the UK, you're picking Norfolk. Why not? Norfolk's all right. We've got a pleasure beach in Great Yarmouth that you can visit, and we've got some other little bits and bobs. So yeah, why not? Come out, come and check it out. It'll be amazing to come down. So thank you so much for your super chat. And Lucy Sharp, thank you so much for your rose super sticker. That means a lot. Thank you so much. So sweet. Thanks for all your support this morning, guys. It does mean a lot. Anyway, what was I saying? This is the problem with me. I get distracted easily. It's not good. I'm not good at multitasking. I'm terrible, but at least I admit it. So yeah, I did my first gig on Friday, which was quite local, and it all went down quite well in that. And then as I was packing my equipment up, I thought, oh, I feel like really groggy, like I feel a bit sick. And I thought, oh, I'll just pass, you know, because sometimes if I take like my anxiety tablets a bit late, like if I miss a day or something like that, sometimes it can make me feel a bit groggy. And I just thought, oh, it's probably something like that, you know. So I didn't think anything of it. And I hadn't really eaten much either. Like, I'd only had like a toasted tea cake and some market chips that day as well. And I came home and Tim was like, do you want me to do you some food? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can manage it or anything. So I don't really know. I just feel a bit groggy and I feel a little bit worse than I did when I was packing down and I felt rough then. He said, like, well, maybe it's because you need to eat something. I thought, yeah, and probably need to settle my stomach. And I just said, just do me something small, just do me like a pot noodle and I'll just pick at it and see how I can get on, you know. So he done me a pot noodle and I ate. As I was eating a bit of it, I thought, oh nah, this is not going down well. I'm just not, it's not that, it's not a hunger thing. It's I think I've either caught a bug or I've eaten something that's not agreed with me. I don't know. So I decided that I wasn't gonna like eat the rest of the pot noodle and like put it aside and that. And I just sat there and we were watching a film, which I really loved the film we were watching, which I'm also going to tell you about in a minute as well. But I really wanted to watch it. But as I was trying to watch it, I was so distracted because my stomach was just getting worse and worse. And you know what I'm like, right? I have got a really bad sickness phobia, like really, really bad. Like I get in such a panic and like suddenly I was having like a panic attack with it and like I was burning up and sweating because I was like, oh my God, I don't want to be in this situation. This is the worst feeling in the world. And I was like, why is this happening to me? Oh, please God, please don't do it today. Please don't do it this weekend, you know, and stuff like that. Like I'm so busy. Please don't do it. And then next thing you know, lo and behold, I was sick and that was it. And sorry to tell 245 people that I'd like, and I just thought, great, I've got a bug. And I was like, brilliant, you know. So, and that was it. And it was just awful. Like I was just absolutely terrified. I absolutely hate it. And Tim was going, you're getting yourself in a state, try and calm down. And I was like, I don't know what's caused it. I just don't get what's caused it. I said, are you feeling all right? And he was like, yeah, I feel fine. And I was like, oh my God. And then like I felt all right afterwards and I thought, I'm all right now. And I thought, maybe it's just a blip, I don't know. So then I went to bed, and before you say anything, I am not pregnant, because I'm waiting for everybody to come out and go, maybe you're pregnant. No, I'm not. I'm definitely 100% not. So it's not that. So I went to bed, and by the time I got into bed, it must have been about, 1:30 because of being unwell. And then like I laid down for about half an hour and I was like, I'm feeling groggy again. And I was like, oh my God, here we go again. And like I sat downstairs and went through the whole procedure all over again. And then like by the time I actually got into bed, it was about 4:30. And when we woke up in the morning, and bear in mind, I'm still dealing with Casper in the middle of the night. So it's absolutely crazy. Oh my God, hang on a minute. I'm missing some vital things on the chat. I'm so sorry. Where are we? Hang on. Anna Tidmarch has gifted a channel membership. Thank you so much. And Martin Jennings has received it. So congratulations to you, Martin, on receiving that. Craig has gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Craig. Lee Davis has got that one. So congratulations to you, Dave, as well. Bill Curtis has gifted 5 memberships. Oh my God, you guys are on fire this morning with these memberships. Thank you so, so much for doing that. That's really, really kind of you. Honestly, so, so nice. I know that little, there's this like sexy person in the chat. They call him Walk With Me Tim. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Have you ever heard of Walk Me Tim? 95% of you have. So Walk With Me Tim has sent me a super chat and it says, I know I've seen you this morning, but didn't get a chance to say, even though we have only been up for like an hour, you look beautiful. What? No, I don't. But thanks, sexy. Thanks. Well, thank you for your super chat, Walk With Me Tim. I really appreciate it. And that's love, innit? When you think someone's beautiful when they don't look beautiful. So that's love for you, innit? So thank you so, so much. Yeah, I just want to apologise now for my appearance. Again, for all of you that have probably just joined. Wendy Kemp has been a channel member for 10 months. So thank you so much. And Wendy says, hi, Gabby. Hi back to you, Wendy. Thank you for supporting me. It really does mean a lot. So anyway, let's go back to the story because like I've got to tell you the rest of the situation. So I woke up in the morning, I was like, oh my God, Tim, I've got a gig in King's Lynn tonight. I don't know how I'm going to cope. I've got to drive to King's Lynn and perform to a room full of people and I just feel so rough. And Tim's going, well, you need to cancel. I was like, no, I can't do that. That's the problem with show business. It is the show must go on. You don't cancel unless it's vital, like really vital. And I was like, no, I can't. I've got to pull myself together. I've got to do this. But it wasn't so much the fact that I had to do the gig. It was the travelling side of things. Like I just thought, oh my God, because King's Lynn from where I am is a good 1 hour 45. So going there and back, so I have to go there, set my equipment up, perform, pack down, drive home, and then get to bed really, really late, feeling rubbish. But anyway, Tim let me sleep it off, and I slept till like 2, and I got up and I was like, yeah, I feel okay, but I just feel fragile, if that makes sense. And anyway, I done the gig, and I was absolutely fine, but I hadn't really eaten anything. So when I was lifting my equipment back into the car, when I was going home, I was just like, oh my God, I can't even lift my PA system into the car, man. I was like, I'm absolutely like, I've just got no energy. I'm whacked. It's totally taken it out of me. It's crazy. So I struggled to get all my equipment in the car, and like my dad helped me where he can, but my dad suffers with a hernia. So it's, you know, we're between us, we were a bit of a naff team, to be honest with you. I need to recruit some road crew really. And yeah, so I got back and everything was fine, slept okay, woke up the next day, felt okay. And then I was on the phone with my mum telling her the situation, and then I started feeling groggy again. And I still don't feel right now. And we went to my mum's for Easter dinner yesterday. I didn't touch any alcohol or anything, so just weren't feeling right. You know, I didn't even binge on snacks or anything like that, and that's not like me. I'm just picking the whole time. I just felt so delicate, and I went to bed last night and I feel like I was having an anxiety attack. Like I felt like I was having irritable leg syndrome. I started thinking, oh my God, I feel pains on this side of my body, that side of my body. But I think my mind was just going into overdrive, and I started trying to analyze it a little bit too much, because that's what I do. I'm a bit mental, so to speak. I suffer with anxiety quite openly, and like everything I do is exaggerated by 10, no word for lie. So like the most normal person be like, oh yeah, I've got a bug, and I'm like, I haven't got a bug, I've got this, you know. And it's that's me all over, and I go into overdrive and I go into panic mode, and I'm just terrible. But I'm the best person for giving advice. I'm the best person for telling someone to stay calm, but not me. No, I can't stay calm for love nor money. Honest to God, I'm terrible with myself. So I still don't feel right today, and I've got a gig tonight. But it's really hard because when I got to King's Lynn, I turned up and I thought, you never know, it might be a chilled one. And I got in there and there wasn't a bare table. Every table was packed. The room was kicking from wall to wall. And I was just like, oh my God. And I walked in, because I'm like so cheery usually, everyone was going like, hi Gabby, hi Gabby. And I was just like, hi. hi inside. Like, I was really trying to put an act on. It's so hard, man. It's the hardest job in the world when you feel rough, no word of a lie. And I was like, right, I've got to get on this stage and I've got to perform in front of all these people and let this room bounce. And I've got no energy and I feel groggy, don't feel great. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like I was going to be sick, but I just felt really groggy, if you know what I mean. So it's so hard. And I was going to vlog the weekend as well and make a vlog out of it and do like Easter weekend vlog. And then I started my vlog. I started the intro in the car, and then when it got to Easter Sunday, I was like, I can't vlog. I just feel so rough. I just can't vlog at all. Like, I've got no energy for it. I can't put anything into the video because I'm like a ghost. So it was just I don't know what it is. Tim's all right. Holly's all right. It might be a paella that I made. Yeah. So you know that I tried to bake, right? I made a paella the other night and I don't know what went wrong, but everyone's saying to me, oh, it can't be the paella because if it was food poisoning it would have kicked in well before, because the paella I made on Wednesday night, I think it was Wednesday night. I was like, right, I'm going to put my cooking skills to the test and I'm going to do a paella. And I was like, yes, paella it is. And I followed the instructions all right. I've got some like risotto paella rice. That rice did not cook, man. That did not cook. I put it in. So this is how you make a paella, right? According to Gabby and me following the instructions. I don't do any YouTube videos because that's cheating, right? So can't do that. I've got to do it from like old school ways, you know, because I don't want to cheat and look at a video. So even though they are really good for people that want to learn, but I want to prove that I can do this by just reading a recipe. Do you know what I mean? But the only thing is, when you screw it up, you're spending a fortune on ingredients, and then like my paella cost £8 to cook because I bought a chorizo sausage, which was £2. I bought cold water raw prawns, which were frozen, by the way, and they were £4. The rice was £2, which I used 3/4 of a bag. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's 8. And then obviously some frozen peas, which don't really cost much. An onion, that doesn't cost much. And I bought pepper. Oh my god, I got to tell you a story about the pepper. I hope Dad's still in the chat because this is his moment, right? So I get the paella. So the first thing I do is I heat up a little bit of oil. I chop up my onions. I chuck my onions in. And then I also got the chorizo sausage and put that in. So I'm cooking them and browning them off and getting that all going. I'm like, yeah, man, Jamie Oliver, here we go. And I'm feeling really chuffed with myself because I'm like giving myself this major challenge. And hang on. James Robinson has gifted a membership. Sorry, James, I didn't see that come in. Sorry. Thank you, James. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hang on, I've got to refresh the page now because I can't get back on the chat once I've clicked it. I'm really sorry. I'm talking, yeah. Carrying on. So I'm browning away. I'm feeling really chuffed with myself. And then I'm reading the instructions. And the instructions say, like, you put the rice straight in to the pan. I'm like, because like when you make basmati rice, you put it in another pan to the boil. So I was like, they put it straight in the wok? And I was like, okay. So get some raw rice, put the raw rice in there and like you sort of mix it around in a little bit of oil. And then you boil the kettle, put your seasoning in the jug and bring your jug to whatever level it's meant to be at, whatever it says on the little, I don't know, sachet or whatever it says on the ingredients. I can't remember, but it was bang on anyway. So I made like a hot broth, if you like. So poured the boiling broth on, brought it to the boil and it's bubbling away. And I'm like, yeah, here we go. And I thought, it's really strange that we put the rice straight in, but okay, you know, you learn something new every day. And I'm mixing it around and I'm thinking, so this is what happens. So the rice is going to cook in this boiling broth in the wok. So it's just going to be done like that. And I'm like, hey, next thing you know, all the water is dried up, the rice is uncooked. I thought, well, that's weird because I've had it on like a medium temperature because I had it like on the boil and then I brought it right down to simmer. So why is it not cooked? I don't get it. I'm just going to have to boil the kettle again and I'm going to add some more water. So I boil the kettle, add some more water, Bear in mind, I haven't put the prawns in yet or anything like that, and they're defrosted, by the way, by this point. And I'm like, strange. It's still soaking up the water. It's still raw, this rice. What's going on? You know what I mean? When it tastes quite hard, raw rice, you know. So I'm putting more in to the point where the wok is about to overflow. And I'm like, I'm just going to let it go now. And just, honest to God, I was simmering that rice, I swear to God, for about 2 hours. No word of a lie. And then I added the prawns and the peas. And Holly went, I think it's soft enough now. I think it's all right. I was like, oh, but it doesn't look very good. It looks a bit more like risotto than paella. And she was like, well, I think it's soft enough. I don't think you're going to get it any better than that. Maybe risotto rice is meant to be like that. And I thought, no, it's not. It's not meant to be that hard. And I was like, well, I think we're just going to have to do it because we're going to be here all night. We've been here 2 hours boiling this. Thank you, Debbie Higgins, for your super sticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Thank you, Debbie, showing the love for the chat. So I said, we're just going to have to eat it. Bear in mind, Tim's away, he's filming, so I think he got off the hook. I don't think he'd have had any anyway, to be honest. And we sat there, and I'm going, it's not very good, is it, Holly? She went, you know what it reminds me of, Mum? And I went, what? She went, porridge. I was like, oh, God. And I was like, I failed. I've absolutely failed this dish. And I said, if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. And she really persevered, and she must have ate half and went, I don't think I can eat any more, Mum. And I was like, well, at least you tried. We ended up like picking the bits out. I think we had like 1 pea, 1 bit of chorizo sausage, 1 prawn, a bit of onion, and we tried to avoid the rice the best we could. Honestly, it was the worst dish ever. And that's my fault because you know the story about the turtle and the hare, right? You need to creep before you run. And this is the thing, I can't cook to save my life. I can't cook and I can't bake, and nobody admit it, and I'm a beginner, and I should not have attempted, you know, that Spanish dish. I failed, but I thought I could do it. Oh, I did put some pineapple in it as well because Holly's boyfriend's mum said that she puts pineapple in hers and it tastes great, and so we were picking pineapple out. But the good news is we did get some of our 5 a day. Yes, we did. We got peas, we got onions, pineapple. I think that was it. Yeah. So we only got 3 of our 5 a day, but it's better than none, isn't it? So, you know, what can I say? But then I'm thinking, oh my God, it's the paella. And everyone's going, if you had food poisoning, that would have hit long before. So it can't be that. So I don't know what it is, but I'm not pregnant. I don't have a bug because nobody else has got it. I haven't really eaten anything to get food poisoning. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. Could be a virus, I don't know, but I do have a bit of a cold, so it could be a bit of everything. But it's weird because I've usually got a really hard stomach and I'm not usually unwell with things like this, so I really don't know what it is. It's so weird. But anyway, oh, and I had a pepper. 4 of my 5 a day, we had a pepper. I missed that one out. So I told my dad about the paella story when we were traveling down to King's Lynn because we were going through it all, and I said, I don't know where I went wrong, blah blah blah. And I said, and do you know what I find really odd about peppers? Because I've never peeled a pepper in my life. I said, I find really weird peeling peppers. And he was like, what do you mean? And I went, well, when you peel like the outer layer off of the pepper, there's nothing left. It's all hollow and a few seeds. I went, so what is it that people are putting in their paellas exactly? He went, you don't peel a blooming pepper, you chop a pepper. He said, you don't peel it. He said, are you telling me that you peeled a pepper? And I went, well, yeah. You know, like I would a swede or an onion. And he went, no, you don't do that. He said, that's like opening up a Christmas present and keeping the paper and chucking the present away. And I went, oh, is it? There you go. So again, you learn something new every day. You went, you prat. You went, I was like, oh, thanks, Dad. Thanks for So yeah, that was the story, the paella story. I might attempt another one, but it's £8 every time you want to attempt it. So if I get it wrong again, then that's £8 down the drain. And that £8 can go on other food. You know, it can go on anything, couldn't it? It could go on some makeup in Superdrug, you know, things like that. So why, I don't know if I will attempt one for a while, not till I progress a little bit more. But I'd love to know if any of you have got any paella tips where I went wrong. Now, I told you the story from start to finish, okay? I did kind of miss out when I put the pepper in, but I did put the pepper in amongst the rest. But please let me know where you think I went wrong. Maybe it was to do with the settings on the cooker hob. I don't know, but I had it to the boil and you meant to simmer it. So how can it go wrong? Surely you cook it like you would normal rice, right? I don't know. I'm like I say, I'm no Jamie Oliver. But I reckon I'd do a good TV show though, that's for sure. Check out my Trying to Bake series. It's interesting. I did make a mean Easter cake though. Well, I didn't really make it. I bought the Betty Crocker stuff again. But I'm just weaning myself off the Betty Crocker. And then I'm going to start use my own initiative. And then I'm going to bake cakes with my own, you know, yeah, I'm going to get hands on. But like I said, you've got to learn to creep before you can run. Debbie Hastings, thank you. Yeah, I've already said thank you to you, Debbie, haven't I, for your super chat? Thank you. But another one came in. Sorry. Oh, and it was Barry. Sorry. Barry, thank you so much. A little Easter gift. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Such lovely support this morning. Thank you. Gabby, worried about £8 meals and Tim is eating £20 cakes in Dubai. Yeah, but the only problem is his is a work thing. Mine's not a work thing. So his is an investment into the channel. So don't, to be honest with you, I think he would rather eat that cake than mine if he knew what was good for him. But yeah, Tim's channel is an investment. So it's like, it's a completely separate thing. So what I'm spending at home is our household budget. What he's spending is what, you know, what's been ploughed into the channel. And the direction that Tim goes in is the direction of like his analytics. So if his analytics are like swaying towards luxurious hotels because the demand is there for things like that, because he put up a worst rated one and it didn't perform as well. And he was saying to me, you know, it's weird, you can't please everybody. And there's like, some people on the channel have said, oh, bring back worst rated ones that we can afford and that. And the thing is, like I said on my last coffee morning, he's doing it so people can experience these things that probably people can't experience. And that's the whole point of the channel and stuff like that. And people saying, oh, bring back the cheaper hotels. And he was like, well, I'm doing a cheap hotel, which he did. Was it Liverpool? Yeah, it was Liverpool, wasn't it? And he did that. And then when he looked at the stats, it wasn't watched as much. So he's like, well, I can't keep going in that direction of, you know, when some people want it, because it's not getting as much interaction. It's not supporting the channel enough. So he has to go with where you look at the analytics and see what is working the best, and all his highest views and what people are, the demand is for these best rated like kind of videos and stuff. So he has to go in them directions, and the proof is in the views, you know, so that's what people are appreciating. So that's what he does. So anything he earns back from YouTube, he will plough back in. So if he's eating a £20 cake, that doesn't mean we can eat a £20 cake at home. Do you know what I mean? Because it's all for the viewers. It's so you guys can see what's out there and the experience and stuff like that. Although he's probably enjoying eating that cake. But he does say to me, which if you go on to one of Tim's Q&A, he'll probably tell you himself anyway, he doesn't really get to enjoy the experience. Like it is he's doing it all through a camera lens, so he's not, and he's working consistently in the heat, so it's not as enjoyable as people think. And I am so a witness to that, because I've been to these lavish hotels in London and stuff. Filming is exhausting, man. It is so exhausting, because it doesn't just take like one shot. When I film for my channel, it's a bit more basic, but with Tim's, it's arty. So it's full on, you know, and I've seen it, and it's hard work. I'm actually going to do a vlog, which is going to come up on the channel. I'm arranging with Tim now to actually film it, and I'm doing a behind the scenes with Walk Me Tim. So I'm going to do, I mean, you see bits of that in my channel anyway, but I'm actually going to film like Walk Me Tim filming, like a whole vlog of it, so you guys can see what it entails and what goes on and that, so you guys get a little bit of a feel for it, because I don't think some people really realise, you know, what goes on behind the scenes. It's hard work filming, it really, really is. So yeah, I would love to eat a £20 cake. Joe, I wouldn't eat a £20 cake. I'm not joking. Like, that ain't my bag at all. Like, if we were going out somewhere, like say I went to Tesco's and saw this most beautiful cake in the world and it was £20, and I just saw a normal Tesco brand cake. And to be fair, I don't really like any cakes bought from shops. I usually like bakery cakes, or Greg's. Greg's are all right. But I wouldn't go. I probably would avoid that £20 cake. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I could think of a lot of other things I'd want to spend my £20 on than a £20 cake. Like, no. It's flour and water, isn't it? But you know, it's for people that want that bit of luxury, isn't it? And that's what it's all about. Christine Parsons, thank you so much for your super chat. Oh God, life is too short to peel a pepper, lol. Christine, I know. But this is me, I'm learning. Do you know, my mum never told me how to peel a pepper. Mum's not in the chat, is she? She's not in the chat. She never told me how to peel a pepper. And to be honest with you, I'm going to be perfectly frank. I've never really been interested in what you do with a pepper, because I don't even like peppers. I don't even know why I put it in my paella, just for flavouring, I think, because if I ever have like anything that's got a pepper in it, like say I go and have a salad somewhere and it's got pepper in it, I literally pull the pepper out and put it to the side like that, because I can't stand how like hot it is. It's spicy. I just don't like it at all. And even if we get like a frozen paella from Tesco's and do it, I still pull out the peppers. So I don't know why I bought a pepper to put in there in the first place. I don't like it, but I wanted to be skillful, so I bought it. I wasted 50p on a pepper. I think it was 50p. It could have been between 30 and 50. I don't really know. I really didn't really think about it, but it's cheap. And yeah, what a waste. I could have given that to someone else, like my mum, who'd have really enjoyed it and gone, oh, what a lovely pepper. I don't like them. They're rank, man. They are rank. Funky82, thank you so much for your super chat. Supposed to add water slowly, allow rice absorbed. That's kind of what I did though, because when it absorbed, I kept adding more water. But do you think, are you talking about from the measurements of the broth? Should I just put a little bit in and then a little bit and then a little bit? I need a bit more detail, Funky82. Give me some more information. Mouse Charger, thank you so much for your super chat as well. Mouse Charger says, you went wrong adding pineapple, Gabby. Well, I know you shouldn't, right? But I did add that right at the end. So it had gone wrong before I added the pineapple, trust me. Yeah, it did. It went wrong way back before. Sue Terry says, looking lovely, Gabby. Oh, thank you so much. Sarah Colley says, love your mum. She is so sweet. Yeah, she's a little diamond. You should have seen her cooking Easter dinner yesterday for about, was this 8 of us yesterday? Can't remember. I think it was about 8. We get that many kids now. I didn't really know how many there is anymore. I lost count. Lynn says, hello, Gabby. How are you and Tim and baby Casper and Holly? Happy Easter to you all. I'm a little bit under weather, to be honest with you, but I'm soldiering on, because that's all you can do, isn't it? Andy Mullaney has been a channel member for 16 months. And not forgetting, Andy, how you used to support me in lockdown as well. Andy says, happy Easter Monday, everyone. Happy Easter Monday back to you all. I was going to do an Easter quiz this morning, but as I got up at 5 to 11, I didn't put a quiz together. So I'm so sorry. So, yeah, feel free to, if any of you guys want to pop a little Easter question in there or anything, please do so, because I didn't really get a chance to put it together, so I can only apologise 1,000 times. But I have got some birthday shout outs that I'm going to mention, people that have contacted me. So Josie Hall 97 said to me, happy birthday, Gabby. Looks like you had a lovely day. My eldest son has the same birthday as you. He was 45 years old. How did that happen? Oh my God, time really does fly, doesn't it? But a big happy birthday, Josie, to your son. Much appreciated. And Karina, thank you so much to your super sticker. What is that? Is that a cat with a wand? Is that a wand? Karina, thank you so much for your super chat. Whatever that cat is doing, waving that stick, I know what that is. He's waving a cooking spoon, isn't he? But before we go any further this morning, 229 people watching, please hit the thumbs up and show your love this morning for the paella. Christina Freeman, 911, fellow March birthday girl here, happy birthday. So a big happy birthday to Christina Freeman as well. Hope that you had a lovely day. Basil Sereno, my birthday is April the 3rd. I will beat you by 20 years, Gabby. Happy birthday. Remember, age is just a number, but the creaks and pains are real. Lol. Yeah, I can believe it. I can believe it, Basil. But happy birthday to you for the 3rd of April. Miss Dog Lover says, happy birthday, Gabby. It's mine in a few weeks. I'm going to be 45. Oh, Tim's 45, so you're not on your own. Does Tim know that? You know he's 45. I think he does. 45's great age, isn't it? Like, I'll soon be there. Won't be long. I'm only 3 years behind. Everybody keeps saying to me the 40s are great. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Touch wood. Touch wood. Janine Evans says, happy belated birthday. My birthday is on Good Friday, the 29th. So we've just missed it. She says, having a night off from work from my 102-year-old client. Oh my God. I care for live-ins at the weekend, so stay the night in Orchard Park. Hang on. Oh, client, I care for live in. Oh, this weekend I go to stay in Orchard Park, traveling Cambridge. So I just want to say a big happy birthday to you for Friday. I know this is a little bit late, but obviously I had to read it out on the coffee mornings, and this is where we are. So I do have another little interesting story that I wanted to read out to you all, actually. Well, I know that I like to have a bit of a rant, but I do want to have another rant. I had a rant with the super louders when I came out of the doctor's surgery the other day, because I received a personal message telling me that Casper is autistic. And I was furious, because not because of the topic, because I would never, I mean, everyone can't be the same, I know, but I don't understand why people sort of go out of their way to send a message to someone to say something like that. Like, that's a really personal thing, isn't it? You know what I mean? If you're going through like that sort of thing and you haven't sort of announced that to the world or anything like that, why would somebody who doesn't really know you decide that they are a certain way and tell you that in a PM? I don't get it. Like, I just think there's a lot of people out there that got more front than Brighton, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never, like, I follow, for example, let me think, right, Cameron Diaz, right? I hear she's just had her second baby at 52, right? It's up to her, innit? But if I was sat there and I thought to myself, oh, I think that's disgusting, that, having a baby at 52. I think that's disgusting, because she's going to be a really, really old mum. I think I'm going to PM her and tell her. And I'll message Cameron Diaz and say, oi, Cameron, who do you think you are having a baby at 52? Like, I just don't understand why people send a personal message, like sticking their oar in someone's life, trying to tell them something. Do you know what I mean? Like, one of my super ladders said, oh, maybe they're just trying to be helpful, which you can look at things on a positive light and think like that, but there's nothing helpful about that. What's helpful about it? Like, cheers. Thanks. I think Casper's autistic. Thanks. Thanks for thinking that. Let's get on with the rest of the day. I feel really great now. Cheers. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's not gonna, nobody's gonna benefit from that message whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just, but she's not, she's not the only one that does it. Honestly, I get some messages and I just think, I can't believe, like, some of the messages that we get. I mean, Tim had the best one ever yesterday, but he will not let me read it out because he just won't. Because things that happen on his channel are what happen on his channel, and that's his choice if he wants to read out any spam, or do you know what I mean, or any troll comments. But I love to read my ones out when I get them. But Tim doesn't want to do it. But like yesterday, I'm just gonna sort of scoot around it and basically tell you what he got. But he got a message from someone saying something like, how dare you squander around in first class when I have to get food from food banks, people like you with money, blah blah blah. Can't remember it to the T, but basically in a nutshell, he was having a go at Tim because he's on benefits. It was a he's on benefits and has to go to food banks, and Tim was on a first class plane. That's Tim's job, man. And I said to Tim, I went, I won't be funny or anything, Tim, but I don't know why he's on benefits. It could be a disability. It could be, I don't fancy working. It could be like, I can't work because I've got mental health issues. I could be a mental health issue. It could be just, he's been made redundant and he's looking for work. It could be anything, but he's saying he's on benefits and he needs to go to food banks. Who do you think pays for the benefit system? The taxpayer. And Tim is earning a living so he can pay, like, so he can keep his family afloat and pay tax into the system. And believe me, plenty of it went there this year, right? And then that money that goes on tax then goes to the benefit system and all this other stuff, which help people that can't work. Do you know what I mean? Like, survive. But yet, he then sends a private message to Tim and tells Tim he's disgusting for doing what he's doing. So, what's the alternative? Does Tim quit and go on benefits too? Or does he continue on this path, creating lovely entertainment for people and trying to earn a living to support his family? So, I mean, Tim was just like, well, how do I answer that? And I was just like, don't. Just don't. I said, because at the end of the day, that is the situation. The taxpayer has to pay. That all goes into the benefits, unless I've got it wrong and I don't understand the system, but that's how I know it. But hang on. Michael says, sorry, honey, but I'm a first class queen and I don't care who knows it and I'm not afraid to own it. Are you talking about first class on an aircraft? Rosie says, honestly, it's not like you have asked them to pay. The taxpayer pays loads towards the state. Yeah, exactly. Rich says, I'm disabled and love Tim's channel because I get to see more things. That's the whole beauty of the channel. Do you know what I mean? And if the stats are, the views are up and people are enjoying what he's doing, then he's doing the right thing. Because if people weren't watching it, then he wouldn't need to create the content. Do you see what I mean? Because he'd be like, oh, well, what's the point in creating it? Because nobody wants to watch it. So, you know, but anyway, we get loads of strange messages anyway. So I had that little rant anyway this afternoon. Not this afternoon, last week when I come out of the doctor's surgery. But I am going to have a little bit of a doctor's rant, to be honest with you. This is brilliant, and I've just got to get this off my chest. Christine says, I loved seeing what first class was like. And that's what that video was all about. I've never seen first class. And how was I ever going to see first class? I mean, me and Tim will never be in a position where we can fly first class as a family to go on holiday. Never. You know what I mean? Like, it's only because he done it for the channel, because it was an investment. So he experienced it, and I got to see it too, because I would never get to see it otherwise, you know. And it's a simple little things like that. To be honest with you, I'm all right with things like that. I don't have like a huge demand in my life to do things like that. I mean, if someone said to me, you've got a free ticket to go first class, I would be like, woo, and I'd be really excited. But I wouldn't be like, oh, hang on, I want to scrape my life savings together so that I can go first class. No. So there's a very high chance I will never experience it. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, that's that little rant over with anyway. But I just thought I'd sort of tell you the gist of the sort of things that we get, you know, and all that. But moving on, going back to the doctor's surgery, because like I had a little bit of a rant about the doctor surgeries over like the past couple of weeks, and it's no disrespect to the NHS, because I've said before and I'll say it again, it's great we've got the NHS and it's fabulous, you know, and I can't fault it. And, you know, doctors, they work hard and they do what they do and stuff like that. And I've had great treatment. And my last doctor in my last doctor's surgery, he was incredible, and I'm still devastated to this very day that I don't have him as my doctor anymore and I had to move. So I'm not faulting that system whatsoever. But what I do find really annoying is the customer care sometimes, right? And I have to stress it. I don't know why, but I kind of want to swear, but I'm not going to swear, but I'm going to spell it out. I am a TWAT magnet when it comes to customer service. I seem to get the worst customer service wherever I go. It's like people look at me and think that I'm soft. So people treat me like muck, and they kind of like don't realize that I'm not like that. And then I get like really frustrated and I blow up like a bottle of Coke, and then all hell breaks loose. And that tends to be the situation with me all the time. So I'll get someone that tries to speak to me and put me down, and then I'll, you know, and then I'll fight back, and then we've got a war. Because I'll be like, hang on a minute, don't speak to me like that. And then, you know, a bit like the Ryanair situation. By the way, Holly's third doctor's appointment got cancelled. She now has another appointment for another 2 weeks' time. So she's in total probably waited 9 weeks for a doctor's appointment now, because they keep cancelling it every time, and they cancel it on the day. So she's still waiting for her doctor's appointment. I think she's going to be healed by the time she has it, which is probably about right. But anyway, Casper, he's got eczema, and he's got an allergy to cow's milk, hence why I go for vegan options and stuff in my vlog, so if anyone's wondering. So he's still being partially breastfed in the middle of the night, so like not throughout the day, not before, and not in the morning, just in the middle of the night when he's waking up in distress. That's what we do. So therefore I can introduce a little bit of dairy now, but I'm trying to cut it out basically. So he's got that allergy, and he's also got an egg allergy, but the egg allergy isn't as strong as the milk allergy. It's quite common in children and they grow out of it. So anyway, my doctor, when I was in my old doctor's surgery, sent Casper to be retested for round about his first birthday, right? And the appointment came through, I think it was like May, so it was quite delayed, which is understandable with the NHS. So everything's delayed, and it's not a problem. It's not a life or death situation, because we've got it under control. But it would be interesting to know if Casper's allergy has like chilled a little bit, so we can introduce a bit of milk to his balanced diet. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, we were going on holiday when the appointment came. Sure, we were going on holiday, or we were going away. We were away, and it had been planned. So I left a voicemail. I rang up to cancel, to reschedule, and I left a voicemail, and the voicemail didn't get picked up. So I rang again, and I left another voicemail. It didn't get picked up. I rang again, and I said to Mum, I bet I get the voicemail. Got the voicemail. I said, I'm a bit concerned because I'm leaving voicemails, they're not getting answered, and the appointment's nearly coming and we're going away. And she was like, well, you can't do anything more if they've got an answering machine service and no one's picking up the phone. They've got to pick up their voicemails, you know. I said, but no one's getting back to me, and I've been trying for ages. And I'm not talking about one day, I'm talking about over the space of a week. And she said, well, there's nothing more you can do. And I was like, well, you're right, like, how can I make contact? So anyway, thought, I can't attend this appointment. And then we get a letter in the post saying, you did not attend Casper's appointment, so therefore we're going to no, they said you failed to attend the appointment. So because that's how it's worded, it's probably a genetic letter. You failed, so therefore he's now been taken off the system. And I was like, no. And I was like, God, because we come so far. If anyone had followed our journey with Casper from when he was born, he suffered so bad with his eczema to the point where his body looked like it was on fire. And we fought tooth and nail to get his allergy testing. And when it took months and months and months to find out he'd got this allergy, and the poor boy was suffering and we didn't know why. And we were like, is it the cat? Is it material? Is it the washing powder? What is it? You know what I mean? And we really suffered. And then we got a result. So when they kicked us off the system, I was like, no. So anyway, I wanted to reschedule it. And then my doctors changed. And I was like, oh, so we changed doctor's surgery. And then I got this new doctor's. And I spoke to a receptionist and she said, I told her what happened, and she said, well, do you want us to re-refer you? And I said, yes, please. I said, because he was due his testing when he was 1. And she went, okay, I'll, redo it for you. And I thought, this is all very strange. So, I didn't hear anything for ages. And then I went, I think it was to go and get a COVID test. I can't remember, not a COVID test, vaccine or a flu jab. I can't remember what it was now, but I went to the doctors to have some sort of injection or blood test. And I thought, I'm just going to ask at reception to find out where he's at. So I said to the receptionist, where is Casper at? Is he on this list? Because I've not heard anything for months and months. I said, have you referred him? What's going on? And she said, we sent the referral at the beginning of September. I was like, oh, and this was November. And I was like, we haven't heard anything yet. And she went, you might need to get in touch with the hospital. And I thought, oh, for God's sake, they don't pick the phone up. So I was like, okay. I was like, great. I thought I'll leave it. Do you know what I mean? And I'll just give the NHS, you know what I mean, and the system a chance to catch up with the work, because they've said he's on the list. So we'll wait. So I waited. So yeah, I waited until, when was it? It was last week. We were driving back from somewhere. Where was it? Were we in London? Peterborough. We'd gone and picked Tim's passport up from Peterborough. And we were travelling back. And I said, do you know what? The last I spoke to someone was in November. And they said he'd gone on the list in September. I said, it's now March. I've not heard anything. I'm going to chase it. So I ring up and I get the voicemail. And I was like, oh, man. So, hello, sexy pants.
I'll get nappies.
Somebody's just come to get the nappies. Wait, actually, I need to put my phone on charge as well. 1 second. Tim's just distracted us all. In the meantime, while I'm putting my phone on charge, please, hang on, hit the thumbs up. Show the appreciation for the ranting. Give us a thumbs up. Sorry. I'm multitasking here. Hang on. I've had to get rid of the light so I can put my phone on charge, but it's worth it, right? Oh, no, it looks so dull without the light, doesn't it? What can you do? Oh, actually, I'm on 10%. No, I'm on 20%. I'll wait till I get to 10% and then I'll, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put it on charge when I'm at 10%. I live life on the edge. There we go. Right, okay. Back to the rants. So I get a voicemail. The next day, lo and behold, a random number rings me and I'm like, oh, James, thank you so much. I'm like, James, thank you so much for your gifted membership. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Congratulations to who received it. The Rambling Rose. Congratulations to the Rambling Rose. So yeah, back to the rant. So this random number rings me up and I'm like, you never know, it might be. So I pick it up and this woman goes, hello, is that Gabriella Linden? And I went, yeah, it is. She went, hi. She went, I'm ringing up about Casper. And she had a really sweet voice. I went, okay, yeah, thank you for calling me back. And she went, how can I help? And I went, oh, I just wondered what was happening with his allergy testing and that. And she said, oh, well, there is a little bit of a backlog. She said, but I can't really get into the system, you see, because I don't actually work at the hospital. And I'm like, so what are you ringing me for? If you can't help me, why are you ringing me for? Why isn't somebody that's able? I rang the hospital. So she said, oh, yeah, I work at a different place. I can't help you. And I went, oh, I said, okay. I said, oh, well, can you at least tell me about, is he going to get his appointment or what? She went, well, he is on the list. And I went, yeah, but he's at the back of the list, isn't he? She went, well, he won't be at the back of the list now. And I went, well, the thing is, I said, I thought, because I'm not getting any results here, because she doesn't actually work at the hospital. So I rang the hospital to find out what's going on. But somebody who doesn't work at the hospital, who's got no access to anything, has contacted me to tell me nothing because she don't work there. I'm like, what are you calling me for? Like, I appreciate there's some sort of form of contact, but what are you going to tell me? How can you help in any form, way, shape or form, apart from telling me he's on the list, which I already know? So anyway, I said to her, right, well, the thing is, I said, I'm not really getting any results here. I said, so I need to know who was responsible for not picking up the voicemails. I said, that's what I really need to get to the bottom of that, because my son is now, he should have been tested when he was 1. He turned 2 in January. I said, I need to know who didn't pick up my voicemails, who was responsible for that, so I can get to the bottom of it and find out what's going on. And she went, now you're shouting at the wrong person. And I went, I'm not shouting. I said, I'm just telling you facts. I'm not shouting. She went, well, I don't like the tone of your voice. And I went, you don't like the tone of my voice because I'm asking you a question. I'm just asking you a question. Who is responsible? Can you please get to the bottom of it? That's why I'm ringing up, because I need to know who's responsible. Because then maybe Casper can be seen when he should be seen. And she's saying to me that I'm shouting when I'm not shouting. And I just thought, I said, look, I said, I do normally speak loud. I said, but I said, I'm not shouting at you. I said, believe me, I'm not shouting at you. You'd know it if I was shouting at you. I'm just asking you facts. I just need to know I just need you to tell me who's responsible for that. She went, if you carry on like this, I'm going to hang the phone up. I went, are you kidding me? I went, are you actually kidding me? I said, so I've been chasing you for a year and a bit, and you're going to hang the phone up on me because you're saying I'm shouting at you when I'm only asking you a blimmin' question. And I thought, Jesus. And she went, I'm going to put you on loudspeaker now. She went, so all my colleagues can hear you. And I just thought, wow. And I thought, you work for the NHS? That's a form of bullying, actually. That's bullying, because you're now accusing me of doing something that I'm not, right? And you're saying I'm being aggressive when I'm not. You're telling me you're putting me on loudspeaker so that all your mates can hear me, which is ganging up almost. And I just thought, wow. And all I want is my son to have his testing that he's entitled to and was entitled to in January, and would have got his appointment a lot sooner if someone had picked up that voicemail. And I just thought, wow. And I said, look, I said, can I have your manager's number? I said, and I need your name as well, please. So she gave me the manager's number, and she said, my name is Christine. Sorry if there's any Christines out there, but her name was Christine. So like, I'll let you all know what she was called. She went, my name is Christine. And she's saying this all in a really nice tone, which is really patronising at the same time. So she's almost like, if I act nice and sweet and say that you're being really mean, I'll win this battle. That's how it feels, you know. And all I'm doing is asking a question, and I just want a straightforward answer, and I'm not getting one. Now, if she doesn't know the answer and says, I really don't know, but what I'll do is I'll give you my manager's number, and if you give her a ring, she'll be able to let you know. Job done. But to go, I don't like the tone of your voice. Oh my God. I was like, inside, I was bubbling. The Coke was going. And I was like, I'm going to erupt like a volcano. I'm going to erupt. And I'm thinking, keep calm, keep calm. And I thought, I am calm. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. And I said, look, I just need your manager's number and I need your name. She said, my name is Christine and I work for such and such service. Or I can't remember what service was. I didn't even pay any attention. And I just went, right. I went, thank you very much, Christine. Goodbye. Hung the phone up. And rang the manager. She was quite firm as well. And I said, look, I said, I don't know what's happened here. I said, but she went, right. She said, what's his date of birth? So asking all these questions, trying to get to the bottom of it. She's going, oh yeah, I can see when you made the call. I can see when you made the call. She went, I'll tell you what. She went, I'll have a little look at it. And what I'll do is I'll give you a call back tomorrow. She said, when I get a chance to properly look into this. And I went, yeah, but before you, and you can see she wanted to get off the phone and she's trying to hurry up the conversation. And I said, before you go, I just wanted to say, I did not really appreciate the way the person that I was speaking to on the phone, Christine, I don't really appreciate the way she said that I was shouting at her when I wasn't, and then telling me that she was gonna like put me on loudspeaker so that all her work colleagues could hear when I was only asking a question. I said, I do talk loud. She went, yeah, I can see that you talk loud. I went, well, if you can see that I talk loud, you'll know I'm not shouting. I said, so, you know, I just want to get to my question. She went, yeah, she shouldn't have done that really. She went, but what I'll do is, she said, I'll have a word. She said, and then I'll look into this and I'll give you a call back tomorrow. Is that all right? I went, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Thank you. I'll wait your call. No call. That's been a week, over a week. And she didn't call me back. Still waiting. So there you go. So I am pulling teeth trying to get Casper's appointment sorted. So I just feel like I'm constantly having a battle with like the NHS at the moment. Like, I understand we don't we don't pay to go private and things like that. I understand that. But why tell me you're going to call me back the next day and don't do it? And it's not just, it's not the next day. It's not even the next day or the next day. And then a week later, the call didn't happen. She's literally gone, whatever. Because if not, why hasn't she called me? Or just call me and go, I'm sorry, I've got to make this call really brief because I'm still looking into it. I'm so busy. Or, do you know what I mean? Or an email. Send me an email. Do you know what I mean? Send a genetic one, you know. Generic one. Send a generic one that you send to everybody else. Some communication. And I suppose that's why there's somebody picking up voicemails that have got nothing to do with the situation, because they're trying to have this communication because they can't have this communication. But don't say, like, it's going back like 2 weeks ago when I was saying about the blood test, when they wouldn't let me have my blood test appointment because they said that the other patient had gone in. And I said, I stood there for 20 minutes waiting to complain. I was like, well, why ain't this patient coming out then? You just lied to me. You lied to me and said that I can have my blood test because another patient has gone in. No patient has gone in because no patient's come out. And these are apparently 5-minute appointments. Okay, so you're lying to me. Don't lie. That's where the problem is now. You're lying. Okay. Oh, they're under some stress. That's okay. I'm under stress. But I don't go around lying to people. Do you know what I mean? Just tell people you're under a lot of pressure. That's understandable. Don't lie and insult people's intelligence. And I'm not intelligent, but it still insulted it. She lied as well. And I was speaking to a manager. I will call you back tomorrow. No, you won't call me back tomorrow because you didn't. So where do I go from here? Do I ring up the manager and complain again for her to call me back the next day and then not? So it is so frustrating. It is not any problem like with the NHS as such. Like, I don't have a beef with them, but what's the problem with people on the end of the phone? Why are they so ready for war? Why are they so ready for battle when you just want some questions answered? I don't understand it, because it makes you want to go into war, because it makes you so angry as a human being, because you're insulted. You're completely insulted. When she put the phone down and said, I'll call you tomorrow, she knew she was not going to call me back. She knew she wasn't. But she fobbed me off, basically. And my dad, I was telling my dad about it. This is the best story ever, because when I was on the way to Kings Lynn, I was saying, I'm so frustrated, Dad, that I can't get Casper tested. She also said to me on the phone, he doesn't need to be tested. I was like, yeah, he does. Yeah, he does, because if he comes out in a rash, you didn't see the way his skin was before. He does need testing. I'm his mother. I know him better than anybody in the whole world. He does need testing. He needs to be testing. And that's it. And he's got referral. He's entitled to his testing. But I was telling my dad, and I was like frustrated about it. And he went, I've got a better story for you about the doctors. And I went, oh, go on then, let's hear it. And he said, I went for some blood tests, and nobody was in the surgery. The waiting room was bare. And they went, if you'd like to take a seat, Mr. Starbuck. So my dad goes and sits down, and he thinks, do you know what? While I'm here, I think I might just make an appointment for my gout, because my dad suffers with gout. And he went, while I'm here, he said, can I make an appointment? She went, well, I'd rather you rang up and made an appointment. And Dad went, oh, really? He went, but I'm here. And he went, I'm here in front of you. And she went, yeah, but we take all our appointments by phone. And he went, oh, he went, so I've got to go home, then ring you. And he said, and then I can make an appointment. And she said, yeah, because it's all done by phone, Mr. Starbuck. And he went, oh, okay. He went, so if I sit down now and pick my mobile phone up and ring you, I can speak to you on the phone looking at you and you'll make me an appointment. And she just went, Dad was like, okay. I was like, what? So she didn't say, no, the calls are taken somewhere else or anything like that. She did deal with the appointments, but she wouldn't book my dad an appointment because it wasn't by telephone, because he was standing there in person and she was saying we have to do it by telephone. And my dad was like, so and the waiting room was clear. And she might have been typing and busy doing stuff, I don't know. But he was standing in front of her and he could have picked up the phone, rang the doctors and gone, hello, Judith. Can I make an appointment, please? And she'd have gone, it'll be in about 4 weeks' time, Mr. Starbuck. Yeah, that's fine. I thought it would be. Yeah. What? It's mental. It's absolutely mental. I just don't get it. Am I the only person in the world that doesn't get the system? Maybe I am. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there will be somebody that sends me a private message along with the autistic messages that people are telling me my son's autistic and moaning about Tim, how he's disgusting and all that sort of stuff because of the food banks and all that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a private message later, which I've already had before, might I add. It's terrible how you slag off the NHS. We're so lucky, rah, 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 rah. And I'm just like, I don't think you actually listened to a word I said. So I'm pretty sure someone who's watching the coffee morning is going to have a moan and think I'm just so disrespectful towards nurses and doctors receptionists and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not. But I am towards the people that I've dealt with. Yeah. Because I just think that they're rude. I just don't like rude people. And that's it. Point blank. I treat people nicely. So why can't people treat me nicely back? And if people can't treat me nicely back, then I don't like rude people. And then that's it. And then they go out of the circle a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And that's just the way it goes. And I think I can speak for a lot of people on these situations. Amanda Beach says the NHS is getting worse. There's some situations here. Tarot Dreamer says it's called gaslighting, Gabby. And yes, it needs reporting. Terrible. And also it's against GDPR to put a private medical conversation on loudspeaker. Is it? Is it? Do you know what? When she said that, I did feel, oh my God, I feel like I want to take a screenshot of that what you just said, because the way when she said that to me, it did feel like, it seems a bit like playground of me to go, that felt like bullying. But it did feel like bullying, because it was almost like, so I can imagine them all like in a call centre or whatever, or wherever they are, taking these calls, and then her going like that, putting me on loudspeaker, and all her work colleagues like giggling and going, it does appear to be like a form of bullying, because my conversation was with her. I wasn't even aggressive. Oh my God. I was just asking a question. It's almost like it's an excuse to get rid of you. Do you know what I mean? It is like an excuse to get rid of you. It's almost like, I can't deal with this person's query, but if I make her feel like she's done something wrong, I can fob her off. That's how it feels from where it might not be like that, but and the truth of the matter is, I totally admit I do speak quite loud. I would turn around and say it's because I'm a singer and I sing next to speakers, like for my job, but I've always been quite loud and outspoken, and like my volume's always been quite high, even like when I was at school. Like my grandma always used to say to me, what are you shouting for? And I'd be like, I'm not. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not shouting, I'm just talking. Do you know what I mean? And that would just be me. But you can tell the difference between, even if she thought I was shouting, there's a difference between shouting because it's aggressive. Do you see what I mean? And speaking quite loudly and clearly. Like, aggressive is like when you're angry and you can really feel the anger in the voice. And like, if it's like a, you know, just a normal standard of loud, then it's, you can just tell it's just the volume's up. And this is just the way I talk. How I'm talking to you guys on my coffee morning is exactly how I spoke to her. And there's nobody nicer than me on the telephone, believe me. But I wish I weren't. I wish I weren't nice now, because at least then she could accuse me of doing something that I did do. The Rambling Rose. Oh no, she's speaking to Mouse Charger. Sorry. Rosie says you can't put confidential calls on loudspeaker. You could get into hot water for that. Wouldn't dream of doing that in my role. It's quite interesting, actually. It's opened up a bit of a can of worms. Oh my god. Because you know when I had the situation with the blood test about how like they wouldn't see me because I was 4 minutes late, and I made the complaint. And I said I'd been stuck in traffic. There was like a broken down tractor or whatever it was on this lane, and I couldn't like get to the doctor's surgery in time. And yeah, I know I am notorious for being late, but I wouldn't have been late if it weren't for that. And the thing is, everyone has a 5-minute slot, and they're late all the time. All the time. There was nobody in that surgery, and I was in time for that 5-minute slot. But anyway, and the fact that Holly's appointments just keep getting cancelled and cancelled and cancelled, we just feel like we're not winning. It is getting to that point now where if you're feeling unwell, what is the point? Do you know what I mean? It does feel a little bit like that. What is the point? You're just better off not bothering, because you end up making yourself more ill, stressing out about it, to be honest with you. And I can see why a lot of people don't bother and go, oh, I'm not contacting the doctors, I don't like doctors, or blah, blah, blah. I get it. But it is sad, because before I moved doctors, and don't get me wrong, Casper's testing, that's beef with the hospital. So it's not really anything to do with the surgery, that bit, if I'm being honest with you. But the blood tests were, and Holly getting a, you know, blood test cancelled, that all was. But my doctor was ace. Like, he was just brilliant, and he just dealt with everything, and he was really good. And sometimes, yeah, there would be a wait to see him, or we'd see a clinician, I suppose, if it was an emergency. But when I did see him, he'd be really good, and he'd give me a follow-up appointment because he'd want to see how I was getting on, and he was good. And like with Casper, when I knew he was going under Dr. Parker, my doctor, I was so relieved, because I said, is he going under you? Because Holly was under a different doctor's at the same surgery. And I said, is Casper going to go under you? And they were like, yeah, he's going to go under yours, Dr. Parker. And I was like, yes. And I was like, thank God, because he's going to get looked after. And I was so, so relieved. And when it came to his eczema, he was so thorough, and he put that emergency referral through, and he was really, really good. And I know that if I was at my old doctor's surgery, I could go on the phone and say, look, Dr. Parker, like, this is what's happening. I'm not getting seen. And he would send an email, and he would speed that up, and he would try for me. And then I lost him. I got him now, and I've got someone who doesn't care. And that's how it feels, and it's awful. And I never thought I'd feel that way about, it's doctors as doctors, you know, but because of my mental health and how he helped diagnose me and really helped me and stuff and got me on the right path, I feel like I'm gone 10 steps forward, but I've gone 20 steps back now. Now I've lost my doctor. It is so, so sad, but you know, that's life. One door closes and another one opens. Unfortunately, the one that opened is a bit naff, to be honest. But anyway, guys, I've been rambling on and rambling and rambling and rambling. We have 258 people watching this morning. Please hit the thumbs up if you haven't hit the thumbs up already, and spread the love. Before I do go, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for tuning this morning. I know that like I rescheduled for half an hour later, but honest to God, I'm not lying when I say I have had like a tough weekend. I've felt so rough, and I don't feel great now. It's distracted me a little bit, but I still feel a bit, I don't want to say dicky, because they might demonetize me for saying that, because that could come across as a swear word. Icky, that's what I'm going to say. But I already said the swear word just then, so totally like an absolute idiot there, because I just said it. Yeah. Anyway, don't forget, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, come and give me a follow on Instagram, because I'm updating you with what's going on all the time, okay? So my next vlog that's going to be out, I'm going to take you shopping with me. So that's going to be that one. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. And the vlog after that, I'm going to do walk behind the scenes with Walk Me Tim. Like I said, I was going to vlog this weekend, but I just did not feel up to it at all. I just felt so unwell. But it's not a sympathy vote, because I'm gigging tonight. I'm going to be fine. But I was just like keeping you guys in the loop. Yeah, please follow me on Instagram. It's under Gabby Starbuck Vocalist. Gabby spelled Gaby, just so you know. So please give me a follow. Come on over, share the love, get involved on there. Also follow, get my words out. Follow me on Facebook, Gabby Starbuck Vocalist Entertainer. Come on over and check out what's going on as well. Subscribe on this channel if you haven't done, because some of you may watch but haven't subscribed. It's free to subscribe, by the way. So do subscribe and hit that notification bell, because then you'll be notified of any vlogs that are coming up. I hope you've all had an amazing Easter. Please enjoy the rest of your Easter break, the bank holiday, or if the kids are off school or whatever. Have a great time. And if you're going to do anything, make sure it's positive. Be nice to people. Don't shout on the telephone. Be calm. Stay calm. Remember to breathe. Even if you already are calm, be calmer. All right, see you later. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.